dame walks into my office. Not just any dame, mind you. This one was poured into a red dress, the kind that screams trouble and demands attention. She had a story, naturally. They always do. Her husband, she said, had been murdered. My kind of case. The name's Ace Brickman, and I'm a private detective. Her husband, a mild-mannered accountant, apparently met his mate in a back alley. No witnesses, no struggle, just a cold body and a colder trail. But something was off. The dame, a Mrs. Eleanor Vance, insisted her husband had no enemies. "He was a saint, Mr. Brickman," she'd wailed, dabbing at her eyes with a lace handkerchief. "Saints don't usually end up in back alleys." I started digging, questioning everyone remotely connected to the late Mr. Vance, his business partners, his pool buddies, even his pet cat. If it could talk, it probably would have given me a better lead than half the mugs I interviewed. The only person who seemed a little too eager to help was Al the barber, a slick gent with a razor-sharp wit and an even sharper tongue. He ran the barber shop down the street from Vance's office, said he saw nothing, heard nothing, too convenient. I paid Al a visit. The shop was empty, save for the scent of stale aftershave and a suspicious glint in Al's eye. "Tough break about Mr. Vance, eh, Al?" I mused. He just grunted, not looking up. My gaze drifted around the shop, nothing out of place, until I noticed a faint line on the wall, a hidden doorway. I figure it'll open to the alleyway behind the shop. I pulled it open, stepping outside into the bright light of the alleyway. My eyes scanned the grimy bricks and overflowing bin. That's when I saw it, tucked deep inside a grimy, overturned bin, almost completely obscured, was a red baseball cap. It was a small detail, easily missed. A chill ran down my spine, colder than any January wind. I remembered Mrs. Vance telling me her husband had been wearing his red good luck cap on the day he died, a cap she'd given him, a cap he cherished, a cap I hadn't seen at the crime scene. I looked at the cap from the bin. It was stained, not with dirt, but with something dark and sticky. "This yours, Al?" My voice as flat as a poker table. Al froze. He slowly turned. A bead of sweat trickling down his temple. The game was up. He'd kill Vance, probably for some debt or a secret I hadn't uncovered yet, and in his haste, he tried to ditch the victim's cap in the alley behind his own hidden doorway. He just wasn't as slick as he thought. Another case closed, another dame with a sigh of relief, and me, just Ace Brickman, ready for the next sad story that walked through my door.
Ace, mate, you taking me downtown?
Yeah, that's right, Al. You deserve to go down for this murder.
Oh, just before you do that, mate, there's something you gotta do.
Let me guess. Build it. Hello everyone, Brickbeard here. Today we're taking a look at the Retired Detective's Office. This set originally released with these exclusive minifigures. So first up, you've got Detective Ace Brickman. There he is with his magnifying glass, nice cool haircut, and then typical detective style, he's got a different coloured jacket to his trousers, but he does look pretty cool. Check out the slick hairdo on him as well. Looks absolutely amazing. Hello. Next up, we've got Al, the barber. Here he is there. He's got pretty cool barber's outfit on. Bit of boring hair for a barber, but you know, I guess if you're cutting your own hair, sometimes you don't really bother properly. But he does look really cool. His uniform kind of matches the colours for his shop just over here. There he is again with his scissors. Next up, we've got the lady in red. There she is there. So you can imagine her going to see the detective because she's got some mischief going on in her life there. She's got nice cool flowing hair. Not a lot of detail on the back there, just a couple of pinching bits at the back there. There we go. And then we've got the police officer. Here she is. There we go. She's going to get her hair sorted out by Al. She actually looks like one of my ex-girlfriends. There we go. She's just got like a standard Lego police uniform. She does look pretty cool. Not a lot of detail on the back for this minifig though. And next up, we have got this guy here. He is the dart player. So he's got the dart in his hand there, ready to throw. He's got a really cool, stylish jacket and amazing spiky hair as well. I wonder if he went to Al's, and you've got a bit of detail on the back of him there as well. And then last minifig, we've got this guy. He's playing pool, but I think his minifig name is Plaid Button Shirt. I don't know. But he has got a really, really cool shirt on there. Detail carries on to the back, and he comes with this cool grey beanie as well. Ooh. You also get a cat with this set. I think it's the only Lego cat that I've got at this scale anyway. There we go. Right, let's take a closer look at this retired modular building. The set was first released in January 2015 and it retailed for around about £145. I think I paid for it when it first came out. It has since gone up in value. It did retire in December 2018, and if you want to pick it up now, you are probably looking at forking out about £300+ for it. I don't get why it's gone up so much in value. It is a pretty cool set, but it does have a couple of flaws which I'll point out. When I say flaws, I mean like with any modular building, you've got that really small scale. If we start off at the bottom here, so you've got this pool club called the Highlander. I think it's meant to be like a sort of pub or something like that. Before we go in, just outside the Highlander, you've got a working newspaper machine, so the minifigs can grab themselves a newspaper. You've got cool details on the front as well. So the signs actually say the Highlander. You've got this nice bit of stained glass in the top there, and these really cool domes. And then looking inside, whoopsies. Inside, you've got the pool table
and you got some pool cues there. Little sign on the door. Let's get some more light in there for you guys. And then if you tip it up slightly, you should see the dartboard in the top right corner up there. A cool little trophy, and then a nice mug there. But there's no actual bar or anywhere to get drinks in here. How peculiar. Next up on this floor, you've got Al's barber shop. So he's showcasing some of the styles he can do for you in the window there. He's got a little seat outside that he sits on whilst he's waiting for potential customers. And you've got this cool barber's sign here, like a barber's pole. And the title for a shop, Al's, is actually made out of bricks. It's not a sticker. Looking inside Al's shop now, you can move this staircase out the way. He's only got one chair in there for his customers. Little sink area going on in the back there with his broom, and he's got this secret door at the back there, and it's got a tiny, if I poke my finger through, tiny little hole going on. Where could that lead? To the alleyway outside the shop, of course. So this little bit here is on a hinge, so that just opens and closes. Looks like it's there to hide the massive hole in the back there. And then you've got a little bin, and then when you build the set, you have to put a red cap inside of the bin. You've got this little arched alleyway here where you can access the stairs up to the next floor. And if we go back into the Highlander quickly, I'm not sure if you can see this, but there is this little hole in there as well that you can slide that black piece across, and inside the actual steps for this alleyway is a barrel with some sweets and a cookie in, which I can't get to now because it's built into the set. Anyway, let's go up those stairs and up to the first floor. So on the first floor, we've got some nice detail. So you've got this little balcony here. That's got a ladder that drops down. Nice little fire escape there. That's pretty cool. And then you've got this epic pool sign as well. And this is Ace Brickman's office up here. So he's got a little sign for his detective agency there. And then you just got some nice brick detailing around this section. A couple of windows at the back. Then you see that sort of brown intersection bit there. And then you move on to the blue part of the building, which is pretty much just part of the stairwell, but there is a toilet in there. And then that door here just leads into Ace's office, which is full of detail. Now, before I forget, he's got this picture on the wall here which moves, and there's a hidden letter inside there. He's got a little wanted sign, and he's got a very, very busy desk area just there. Little fan going on. There's his hat there, and he's got a little safe, and in the safe he's got a briefcase with a sweetie in it and a £100 note as well. Pretty cool. The chair that his clients sit in was really, really fun to put together, and it looks a lot nicer and posher than his own chair. So Ace obviously cares about his clientele. the last section on this modular, if I just pop this roof off. There we go. So you've got a little apartment here. It's got like a little kitchen area, clock on the wall there, a bowl with nothing in, and what's potentially a bin there as well. And then you've got a little doorway that leads to the roof area just up here. So you've got a cool water tower, and Ace's office has skylights as well. Nice detail on the outside as well. So you've got this section here, which just adds really nice front to that roof. And here it is just from the other angles. The back's a bit bare, except for a couple of windows and some flowers going on there. And then you move around, and then you're back on the blue part. The only cool detail on here is like up here, which sort of marries into when you pop the roof back on top, and then you can see some cool details just along there. So there and there on that corner. There is like an area up here, but you can't see how to access it from the actual rest of the upstairs bit. Altogether, it is a really decent looking set. Playability on this one is quite difficult, especially with these fat fingers. I've knocked quite a few things over and had to rebuild some of the smaller details inside just from trying to play with it. Even from the back, it does cast quite a nice image. It is really cool. Not one of my favourite modulars. It's probably the assembly square, which I'll link to at the end of this video. But all in all, it does look really cool. This is probably another back of the city on a shelf jobby. It's definitely one to keep away from little hands as well. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing so you don't miss the next episode of Bricked Beard. And until next time, take care. Bye.
He was a saint, Mr. Brickman, she'd wailed, dabbing at her eyes with a lace handkerchief. A bead of sweat trickling down his temple.